Welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a very long time since I've been here, and reason for that is purely just because as someone who's created content in one way or another for the last 10 years, content gets a bit draining. So, it's not that I wasn't trading or wasn't making money on the markets or anything like that. It was just because content is a different beast on its own, and I wanted to step away from that. What I've realized though over this last week, I'm Australian, you can probably tell. Australia is broken. And in fact, most of the world is broken financially, at least. And the conversations that I've had with people in the last week make me realize just how important it is that people learn a skill like trading to be able to have an income that doesn't depend on government rules and regulations, that allows them to earn beyond what they could get from a job, that allows them to work anywhere in the world, that doesn't matter with markets go up, down, or sideways, that allows them to be completely autonomous and sovereign in how they earn their income. So I'm going to hang out with you guys a lot more because I believe that the more people in the world that can create their own income and live the life that they want, it's good for the entire planet. So let's start with selling put options. Reason being, it is the easiest place to start. Most of us get started there. It creates a nice, sustainable income for you week after week, month after month. But a lot of people get it wrong, and a lot of the training around it, I don't subscribe to, and I'm going to show you why. First things first, though, this isn't financial advice. This is simply what I'm doing and have done based on my own individual goals and risk profile. Don't just copy random strangers on the internet. That's never smart. Do your own research, make your own decisions, and get good at managing your own money. With that all said, let's dive straight on into the charts, and I'm going to show you how we time our entries to sell a put. Okay. Number one, when it comes to selling put options, is the chart itself. Now, I only trade stocks that are trending upwards. If your chart looks like this, tick, we can trade it. If your chart looks like this, we don't trade it, right? I know that a lot of people have still been getting caught out being assigned on stocks like Palantir or just stocks in general that are in a downward momentum. If we want to win, we got to trade stocks like this. Okay. So, how do we know that we're in an upwards momentum? Quite simply, our chart is making highs and lows, and then higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. This is all you need to know. If your chart doesn't look like this, go and find another chart. There's plenty of stocks that always look like this. Number two, when do we actually enter the trade? Because this is key. Now, you might hear a lot of people saying enter on a red day, right? I don't subscribe to that. And the reason being is often following a red day is another red day. So, how do we know that the red days are going to end and not just continue in this downward spiral? We don't. But I also don't make it too tricky. I like to use the stochastic RSI as the indicator. And all I'm looking for is once we're getting this downward momentum, right, which we always do, we go up, we go down, that's the way the market works. When we come down, see what the stochastic RSI does? That comes down as well. And then when it looks like either the stochastic RSI is starting to turn, or, and this is a little bit more advanced, so I won't go into it too much in this video, but when our candles look like they're starting to form a reversal pattern, that's our sign for entry. So I've traded GLW this whole way up, right? After earnings, when we looked like we were starting to stabilize through here, I entered. Last week, I entered, right? And all I'm doing is following a stock that's already in upward momentum and the stochastic RSI. I want to show you this on a few other stocks as well, because if you start your week with a prepared list of stocks that actually are in the right trend, Coherent, same deal. Look at this chart, beautiful chart. We go up, we come down. We go up, we come down. Credo. Now I'm going to share with you a full trade that I did with Credo. I'm going to share this trade with you later in this week because this ended up being a trade that I think was probably a $1,700 trade in the end. But what happened down here? A stochastic RSI started to turn. Boom, we got the move. BE, Bloom Energy. We're doing the ups and downs and ups and downs. We come down, we turned, we go up. So if your trading isn't going according to plan, if you find that you're getting assigned on a lot, if you find that you end up bag holding and you're underwater on a lot, make this the first thing that you change, right? I want to show you Palantir, for example. How do I know when a stock comes out of my trading list? There's two things that I look for. Number one is we start to make a high that's lower. We start to make a low that's lower than previous lows. This was kind of equal, but if you count that as a low, right? And our moving averages, so I've got here the 20, the 50, and the 100, they start to cross. They're no longer stacked. So for Palantir, when we did this, this was our sign, well, this and this was our sign to stop trading. So we wouldn't have been trading on the way down through here. Why? Because we're no longer in that same upwards momentum. So just because we like a stock and it's done well for us, we don't need to continue to trade it if it drops off of our criteria. There are plenty of stocks. MU is one that I continue to trade, right? Plenty of stocks like this that have the momentum behind them. I'm going to do a full series on what to trade, how to trade, why to trade, and so forth. But step number one is this. So if you've got a watch list of stocks that are not in an upward trend like this at the moment, that you've been trading, that you've been kind of struggling to trade as well, take them out of your list. Go find stocks that look like this. The next video that I do, I'll walk you through when to actually, or not when, we just looked at when. So we're entering on the pullback and on the turn of the stochastic, not just on a red day. The next video that I'll do, I'll walk you through how to actually choose your strike price because delta is another thing that I don't subscribe to. So I hope this is helpful. Be sure to follow along if you're not already. And together, let's all just make some money from these markets so that we've got an income that is sovereign, that's reliable, that's ours.